Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, aka the True Prince of Pro, and today is day 4 of Jack Pollock Week. As a reminder, this Sunday, June 14th, there is a benefit show for the hip replacement surgery of Jack Pollock, and you can donate directly to him through the code on the screen or in the description down below. And today we are talking about the night of the Team Storm Takeover. The year was 2018. And Jack Pollock and Team Storm were a year and a half in their run at IWC. Though they've had an impressive run in the company, no member of Team Storm had been able to capture a championship. But that was all going to change on August 11th, 2018, at IWC's Caged Fury. In an impromptu tag title match, Chris LaRusso and Bulk Nasty would defend the titles against TME, Duke Davis, and Gannon Jones Jr., and Team Storm's Jaxon, Argos, and RC Dupree. The match would start out and Team Storm would immediately leave the ring to allow the other two teams to fight each other. TME would hit Bulk Nasty with a double clothesline that would send him to the floor. Chris LaRusso would try to hit TME with a crossbody, but they would catch him out of the air and throw him out to the outside onto Team Storm and Bulk Nasty. Gannon Jones Jr. would follow that up with a huge flip dive over the top rope onto everybody. Duke Davis throws RC Dupree in the ring and splashes him in the corner. Gannon hits Dupree with a drop toe hold, and Duke follows that up with a leg drop. TME picks up Jaxon Argos for a double suplex, and Duke Davis proceeds to squat him in the air. Duke picks up Argos for a sidewalk slam, and Gannon drops Argos with a stomp. LaRusso tags in and gets leveled by a lariat from Gannon. Argos kicks Gannon from behind to allow LaRusso to hit the jumping knee strike. LaRusso follows that up by hitting Gannon with a jumping leg drop. LaRusso drills Gannon with a perfect dropkick. Gannon fights his way out of the corner and hits LaRusso with the Whisper in the Wind. Duke Davis tags in and brings the fight to Team Storm with a big splash and sidewalk slam to Jaxon Argos. LaRusso hits Duke with a flying forearm off the top rope. Duke hits Bulk with a big boot. Dupree hits him with a DDT. Argos hits him with a frog splash, and Gannon hits him with a moonsault, taking Bulk Nasty out of the match. Duke snapmares LaRusso into position for Gannon to boot him in the face. Duke picks up LaRusso and Gannon runs the ropes, but Argos low bridges it, sending him out to the floor. RC Dupree jumps off the back of Argos and cross-bodies Duke into the ropes, trapping him against it for Argos to hit Chris LaRusso with the Brainstorm to pick up the win, capturing the IWC Tag Titles and completing Part 1 of the Team Storm Takeover. In the main event of that show, Jack Pollock would challenge Wardlow for the IWC World Heavyweight Championship in a steel cage match. The match starts out with some back and forth chain wrestling until Wardlow drops Pollock with a shoulder tackle. Pollock throws a chair at Wardlow, but Wardlow dodges it. Wardlow bounces Pollock all around the ring and eventually into the steel cage multiple times. Wardlow drills Pollock with some punches and then hits Pollock with a fallaway slam into the cage. Wardlow spears Pollock into the cage and then delivers a vicious powerbomb into the cage. Wardlow goes for another spear, but Pollock moves and Wardlow eats the cage. Pollock then throws Wardlow face first into the cage. Wardlow ducks a clothesline and hits Pollock with a German suplex. Wardlow then deadlifts Pollock for another German suplex. Wardlow rips Pollock out of the corner and delivers a third German suplex. The two trade punches back and forth, but Pollock throws Wardlow back first into the middle turnbuckle. Pollock then hits Wardlow with a running knee strike. Jack Pollock grabs the chair and hits Wardlow multiple times in the back. Pollock sends Wardlow into the cage once again. Pollock goes up to the top, but Wardlow pulls him off the ropes. Wardlow hits Pollock with a brutal chop and then lawn darts him into the exposed turnbuckle. Pollock fights out of the corner and drops Wardlow with the Widowmaker. Pollock hits Wardlow with the chair once again. Wardlow power slams him into the cage multiple times and then power slams him onto a seated chair. Wardlow climbs the ropes, but Pollock pushes the ref into the ropes, tripping up Wardlow. Team Storm runs out and slides a kendo stick into the cage. Pollock unloads on Wardlow with that kendo stick. He climbs the top rope, but Wardlow grabs him and hits Pollock with a cradle shock. Bulk and LaRusso attack Team Storm and Bulk rips off the cage door. Team Storm fight Pollock to the back, but LaRusso enters the cage. LaRusso goes to kick Pollock, but Pollock moves, and LaRusso hits Wardlow. Pollock throws LaRusso into the cage to remove him from the match. Wardlow hits Jack Pollock again with the cradle shock. Pollock low blows Wardlow and goes for a big boot, but Wardlow throws a chair at him. Wardlow goes for the cradle shock again, but Pollock slips out and low blows him once again. Pollock hits Wardlow with a big boot, follows it up with a Widowmaker and another big boot to pick up the win, capturing the IWC World Heavyweight Championship and completing the Team Storm Takeover. The Team Storm Takeover was a huge moment in Pittsburgh wrestling history, as Team Storm is one of the greatest factions that this area has ever seen, and this was a very special moment in terms of my wrestling fandom, so I'm really glad I got to talk to you guys about it today. Thank you for tuning in to Day 4 of Jack Pollock Week, and I look forward to talking about more classic Jack Pollock moments with y'all in the next video.